Hello, and welcome to our lecture titled Discovering the Unspoken, a new perspective on difficult conversations. In this lecture, we will redefine our understanding of difficult conversations, unveil their importance, and unravel the paradoxes they encompass. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this enlightening journey. Let's start by redefining difficult conversations. Often, we associate these conversations with negative emotions, fear, anxiety, or discomfort. However, let's shift our perspective. Think of a difficult conversation as an opportunity for growth, clarity, and stronger relationships. Instead of avoiding them, we should embrace them as a chance to express ourselves honestly and to understand others more deeply. Here's a small exercise for you. Think of a recent difficult conversation you've avoided. Now, consider it from this new perspective. How could this conversation have been an opportunity for growth or improved understanding? Next, we'll look at interrogating the fear. Fear often holds us back from having difficult conversations. We fear misunderstanding, conflict, or damaging relationships. But here's the twist. Avoiding these conversations often leads to the very outcomes we fear. Difficult conversations are crucial for clearing misunderstandings, resolving conflicts, and strengthening relationships. They allow us to express our needs, set boundaries, and understand others' perspectives. Now, let's take a moment for introspection. Consider a difficult conversation you've avoided out of fear. What were you afraid of, and how might avoiding the conversation have inadvertently led to the feared outcome? Finally, we delve into demystifying the paradox of difficult conversations. This paradox lies in the fact that while these conversations are challenging, they also hold the potential for immense personal growth and improved relationships. On one hand, difficult conversations make us feel vulnerable, as they require honesty and openness. On the other hand, they provide us with the opportunity to build deeper connections, express our authentic selves, and enhance our communication skills. Think about a difficult conversation you've had in the past. How did it make you feel? And looking back, can you see any personal growth or improvement in the relationship that stemmed from this conversation? In conclusion, difficult conversations, though challenging, are opportunities for growth, understanding, and strengthening relationships. When we redefine these conversations, interrogate our fears, and demystify their paradoxes, we open ourselves up to greater personal development and more profound connections with others. Thank you for joining us for this insightful lecture. Remember, each conversation, difficult or not, is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to understand. Approach them with an open mind and heart, and you might just discover the unspoken. Until our next lecture, keep discovering, keep growing, and keep having meaningful conversations. Take care. Welcome, everyone. Today we embark on a journey to understand our personal biases and how they can shape our approach to difficult conversations. Let's start by peering into the rearview mirror of our past experiences. Recall a difficult conversation you had in the past. What emotions does this memory bring up? Anxiety, discomfort, perhaps a hint of regret? Let's take a moment to reflect on it. Now, ask yourself, how did your own biases come into play during this conversation? Did you approach the situation with a preconceived notion? Did this bias affect the outcome in any way? So, here's an exercise for you. Over the next couple of days, try to recall 3 instances of difficult conversations from your past. For each instance, jot down the emotions you felt, the biases you think you may have brought into the conversation, and how they affected the outcome. Now, let's navigate the inner maze of our minds. We all have fears, especially when it comes to difficult conversations. It could be a fear of conflict, fear of damaging the relationship, or even fear of being vulnerable. These fears can significantly influence the way we handle difficult conversations. They can lead us to avoid these conversations or tackle them in a less than optimal manner. So let's ask ourselves, what fears do we hold when it comes to difficult conversations? How do these fears impact our ability to communicate effectively? And this brings us to our next exercise. I'd like you to list down your top 3 fears related to difficult conversations. Then reflect on how these fears have influenced your past conversations. Are there any patterns you can see,